Hey everybody, I wanted to take a little bit of time to explain what you need to do to complete the peer review assignment for this week. Okay, go ahead and take a look at the worksheet. Okay, so first of all, I want to make it clear how you get graded for this assignment. Back when you submitted project part 3, at the bottom of those instructions were directions on how to send your rough draft to your assigned classmate. There was a chart that had all the students in the class listed with their email address next to their name. You were told to find your name and send your rough draft to the person directly below you. And that if you were the last person on the list, you would send your draft to the first person on the list. You were supposed to have done that. You were supposed to have sent them your rough draft the same time you submitted it to me in the project part 3 assignment spot. If you did not do that, please do so as soon as possible. Now, you send your rough draft to a classmate. That means you will be receiving a rough draft from a classmate, right? They email you their rough draft. Once you have it, you can then complete this peer review. You will answer all of the questions as you go through their draft, fill in all of your answers, and upload this, right? You will upload the completed peer review worksheet to the peer review assignment spot. I will look at it and I will make sure that you have completed the entire thing, and then you get your points for it. That's it. You sent your rough draft to someone. Hopefully that person will complete the peer review worksheet for you. But if they don't, your grade is not affected for this assignment. Your grade is based solely on whether or not you turn in the completed peer review worksheet for one of your classmates. That's it. Okay. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, it means that you have received a draft from one of your classmates and you're ready to actually do the peer review. But if for some reason you're just watching this so that you know what to expect and you're still waiting on a draft, if it's Tuesday of week 7 and you still don't have a draft from one of your classmates, let me know. I will check on it for you. And if the person who is supposed to send you their draft is really far behind and it's going to be a while before they can get their draft to you to do this assignment, we can make other arrangements so that you can get this completed on time. Right? There's also no guarantee, like I said, that you're going to receive feedback on your draft from the person you sent it to. They may not do it, or they may do it really late. And again, that's not going to affect your grade for this assignment. It's a little disappointing, perhaps, that you're not going to get feedback from one of your classmates before you're ready to make revision, but you will get my feedback no matter what. And quite honestly, mine is probably a little more important than your classmates' feedback, since I'm the one who will grade your final draft. So just wanted to clear that up, right? So now that we know, like, I need to send my draft to someone. Once I send it, it's all done in terms of this assignment. Hopefully they complete it and I get their feedback on it, but even if I don't, that's their grade, not mine. Someone's going to send me their draft. I'm going to fill out the peer review worksheet, submit it. I will get my points. Got it? Okay. Now, once you have sent your draft to your assigned classmate and you have received a draft from one of your classmates, then you're going to fill out the peer review worksheet. And here in step 4, you'll complete the peer review using the file that I've attached, which is just this file that's up here on the screen. It is attached to the assignment instructions. If you don't have access to Word, you can also type your answers into a different document if needed. Just make sure that you are numbering the parts and questions accordingly, just like they appear here in the table. Yours doesn't have to be in chart table format if you're having to do it on your own. Just make sure that things are numbered. And then you're going to upload the file to the peer review assignment spot that you filled out for your classmate. And before you hit submit, all I want you to do is in the comments box, type in the student's name, whose draft you reviewed. Makes it a little easier. That way I know right away, because sometimes I do. I have, someone hasn't received a draft yet and they really want to get this peer review taken care of, but the person who's supposed to send it to them is really far behind and they're not going to have a draft ready anytime soon. So then I have to kind of step in and say, okay, well, here, you can do a peer review on this person's instead, right? So I just would like you to put the name of the student whose draft you reviewed in the comments box so that it's easy for me to say for sure whose draft you reviewed, because I'm going to look at their draft while I'm looking at your answers. And then I'm also going to send them your form that you filled out. All right, so just makes it easier. And I'm not having to bug you like, hey, whose draft did you actually read? I know you were supposed to review this person, but did that actually happen? Just makes it easier. As for the actual peer review, it's lengthy. I was not lying when I said it's involved. It's pretty intense. But we've got 8 parts to it, I think. Each part containing like 1 to 5 questions typically. So part 1 is just general comments. You're gonna read through your partner's paper, make notes of any parts that are confusing or that you don't understand. And then over here in this column, you're just gonna, what was your reaction? Was there anything that you felt was really good? Was there anything that you felt was problematic or confusing? And be specific. Like the introduction was really awesome. Grabbed my attention, introduced the topic. I thought the thesis statement was really clear. The first main point was really solid, great topic sentence, and they supported it really well. Second main point, things got a little wonky there, that sort of thing. All right. Part 2 is all about APA format, looking at the title page, the header, the references page, and then just some other elements of APA format. And again, you're putting your responses over here on this side. Part 3 is about the introductory paragraph and thesis statement. There's 4 questions here. What technique does the writer use to grab our attention? How effective is it? Did it grab your attention? Did it make you want to read more? Why or why not? And you're going to put your answer over here. Does the introductory paragraph contain a thesis statement? You should be able to clearly identify the thesis statement. Remember, it should be an actual sentence in the introduction, not something you have to put in your own words. Copy and paste or type the thesis statement over here. Is there a smooth transition, to the thesis statement? You can kind of get the gist here. Part 4 is content and organization. Part 5 is on the integration of evidence from sources. Part 6 is on the concluding paragraph. Part 7 is just some general things to consider about the essay. And part 8 is about the references page. So you can see these are very clear steps that you're taking to go through this draft. Very direct questions you're being asked about it. So this isn't just, oh, what do you think they need to work on? This is like, look for this specific element. Can you find it? Is it there? Is it clear? Is it, because if you can't find it, then that's a problem that they need to work on, right? These are all things we've learned about, everything from weeks 1 through 6. you can do this. Okay. But again, there's a lot of questions. You're looking, you are considering a lot of different things about the draft. So give yourself time. Okay. If you do have questions or run into problems, definitely reach out. Otherwise, try to have it submitted Sunday night. The idea is that I will be able to give everyone my feedback on their rough draft and the feedback from the peer review on their rough draft at the same time. If yours comes a day or two later than mine, it's not the end of the world. But again, if you can get this completed on time or close to on time, it's just helpful for everyone. Okay. All right. Again, let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, feel free to go ahead and get started on it.